Hey, thank you for checking out the Sex Manswers podcast, now on YouTube. On this episode, we're going to talk about keeping it trimmed down under. I know. You're wondering why it's so important for you to keep it trimmed. Well, there are a few basic reasons. Now, when I first thought about, this, I was reminded of a conversation that I had with some guys, many years ago, where we were talking about women that we had slept with and comparing those who had trimmed and well maintained and those who, let it grow out quite a bit. As we were having this conversation, one of our female friends chimed in as she was a fly on the wall listening in, and she thought we were pigs because she didn't understand. She thought it was some obsession with prepubescent women. And nothing could be further from, the truth on that. It's not about prepubescent women or fetishes and all that. There are some very basic reasons why you should keep it trimmed and possibly even shaved down under. So number one, do you like a guy going down on you? Very simple question. Do you like oral sex? Well, if you do, keeping it trimmed is very, very important here because he doesn't want to choke on a hairball. That's right. If you don't keep it maintained and he's going down there, that loose hair, comes up and gets stuck on his tongue or worse, in the back of his throat. If you ever wondered, why it was feeling so good and all of a sudden he seemed distracted, probably because he's got a hairball that he's working on and he's trying to work it out without, stopping and ruining your pleasure. Okay? Now, if he has it on his tongue, his ability to get it off the tongue, because those pubic hairs will stick to tongue like none other, especially if he doesn't have fingernails, it's going to take him some time to work that back off of his tongue. And if it gets to the back of his throat, that's it. Don't expect to have good sex that night because he's going to be completely distracted, having a hard time breathing. He's going to want to cough a lot. And it's all because you didn't trim, right? So, don't make him choke on that hairball. And women, I'm guessing, since none of you have been face to face with another vagina, you may not have realized that. 2, lubrication. The more hair there is down there, the more it soaks up those vaginal fluids. That means you'll be, if you don't keep it trimmed, you're going to be drier and it's going to cause more friction. This causes 2 problems. 1, it can be painful for you. 2, too much friction is what happens when you get a 2-pump chump, right? That's why a guy doesn't last very long in bed. So if you're complaining to your other girlfriends about how the guy doesn't last long in bed, he only lasts 2 to 5 minutes, and you're not trimming and keeping it maintained down under, guess what? You're part of the issue because there is only so much friction a guy can handle for so long before he just can't hold it back. And yet, if you keep it nice and trimmed or even completely shaved, that allows the juices to just flow, keeping it wet and lubricated. That reduces pain for you. It reduces friction for him, and that will allow him to last longer in order to get you to your big O. All right? And with more lubrication, this also means that you can get into other positions without pain. Some women find it painful to get into the doggy position or even on top, and only being on your back in missionary is the only way it's comfortable. That could be due to you not keeping it trimmed enough down under so it doesn't soak up all those fluids. And guess what? You can bring up that he should trim too. He should manscape because the less hair he has, the more fluids stay there, reducing friction, allowing you to have better, longer sex, and the easier it is for you to get to your big O before he's done. All right, that's it for this episode. Thank you for checking me out. Go ahead and watch any other videos in the library here on YouTube, and I will be back again soon.